Could Moses have written the Pentateuch? King Og's bed. Some scholars argue that details of King Og's bed point to a much later composition date, thereby casting doubt on the traditional claim that Moses was the author of the text. Also Abraham ibn Ezra, who lived 1089 to 1164, a renowned medieval Jewish scholar, quoted the King Og's bed as a doubt of Mosaic authorship. It is interpreted as a well-known artifact that had been on display for a considerable time. Deuteronomy 3:11 states, "For only Og king of Bashan remained of the remnant of the Rephaim. Behold, his bedstead was a bedstead of iron, is it not? In Rabbah of the children of Ammon." The description of the bed in Rabbah is understood to imply a past that is distant from the writer's present, arguing that this verse contradicts Mosaic authorship. The wording, "Behold, is it not in Rabbah?" suggests that Og's bed was still known to exist in Rabbah when the passage was written, suggesting that King Og's bed implies that it was an ancient relic and that Og had been dead for a long time. However, Deuteronomy 3:3 states, "So Jehovah, our God, delivered into our hand Og, also the king of Bashan and all his people, and we smote him until none was left to him remaining." The entire chapter recounts events from the same year, indicating that King Og's bed was not an ancient artifact, but a contemporary object at the time of writing. The phrase, "Behold, is it not in Rabbah," can be understood not as an indication of a long passage of time, but as a rhetorical device to emphasize the truth and verifiability of the statement. The bedstead may have only been a year old when last used. Moses would have been aware of this, as the conquest of the east side of the Jordan occurred during his lifetime. Also, archaeological evidence shows sporadic iron production in the late Bronze Age, often for prestige items. Og's bed could have been a rare, symbolic object, not a common technology. Moses, therefore, could have been asserting to a known fact, who may have been aware of the Ammonites possessing this trophy. In conclusion, the reference to King Og's bed in Deuteronomy 3 does not provide a definitive reason to consider it a post-Mosaic addition. The iron bedstead could reflect a rare symbolic object. The claim that this verse contradicts Moses' authorship is based on broader scholarly discussions about the composition of Deuteronomy and the Pentateuch rather than the bed itself. Therefore, the mention of King Og's bed does not negate Mosaic authorship.